Good morning, class. Today we have to talk about multi-step conversions. So as the great Elzar would tell us, maybe. Okay, well he has his spice weasel when he's about to kick it up a notch. Link's here if you want to watch it. So there's 4 steps we got to worry about. We got to start with what we have, make a path, fill it in, and then plug it in. So let's try to convert 10 mils to kiloliters. 10 milliliters to kiloliters. Now if we look, I only have milliliters to liters. I don't have one straight to kiloliters. This is why we have to do this in multiple steps. I can go meters to liters, and then liters to kiloliters. So we're going to start with what we have, the 10 mils. Then we know that we need liters, and then kiloliters. Based on our list, liters has to be in the middle. And then to get the milliliters to cancel, we always put the given on the bottom of the next ratio. So then I have liters and liters, that's going to cancel also. So then I plug in the numbers. I have 1 mil is 10 to the minus 3 liters. 1 kiloliter is 10 to the 3rd liter. So that's where these numbers came from, is this chart on the right. And then we plug it in. And we get 1 times 10 to the minus 5. I did a boo-boo. I didn't put kiloliters. Bad Miss J, but there should be a KL right there. And if you're like, Miss, I don't know how to plug this into my calculator, I typed this into the Google search bar, and this is how I got the answer. I have 10 times 10 to the 3rd minus 3 divided by 10 to the 3rd. So we'll try another one. Start with what we have. They gave us 15 nanograms. Now we need to make a path. I can go nanograms to grams, and then grams to micrograms. So we got grams, and then looks like halfway through I changed it to megagrams. But you always put the grams or whatever the middle unit is in the middle. So then we fill in the bottom. Nanograms and nanograms should be diagonal. Grams and grams should be diagonal. So then we plug in our numbers. 1 nanogram is 10 to the minus 9 grams. I got that from right here on the right. And then 1 megagram is 10 to the 6 grams. So obviously I put the wrong conversion factor, but same idea. If we were going to do micrograms, instead of 10 to the 6 micrograms, we do 10 to the minus 6. Then we calculate that, and we get 1 times 10 to the minus 14. Again, this is how I plugged it in. You don't have to use this many parentheses. Google will fix it for you. So we'll do one more together. Let's start with the given, 22 megameters. And we can't go straight from megameter to millimeter, so we have to put meters in the middle. So there's our meters, there's our millimeter. Now we need to fill in the bottom, which is just looking diagonal to see what's going to go there. So I got my megameters diagonal, my meters diagonal, so they will cancel. Then we fill in the numbers. We know that 1 megameter is 10 to the 6 meters. That's where these numbers came from. And 1 millimeter is 10 to the minus 3 meters. That's where these numbers came from. And then we plug it in, we get 2.2 times 10 to the 10 millimeters. I don't know why Miss J was so bad about units, but there should be an mm for millimeters on the other side of this. I'm going to let you try this one. Pause the video. Start with what you have. Make a path using what we have over here in our metric mass prefixes. Fill in our ratios, and then plug it in to calculate. So if you got 5.2 times 10 to the minus 5, you are correct, which is the same thing as 0.00052. I have my given. I have my grams to milligrams ratio, because that's what we started with. And then I have the grams to kilograms ratio, because that's what we're looking for. When you try this one, pause the video, start with what you have, make a path, fill in the ratios, calculate. So here's my given, 360 megameters. Here's my first ratio with megameters on the bottom because that's the given, meters on top. The next one, because I want centimeters to meters, meters goes on the bottom because it's on the top over here. And then I got the numbers from our chart. When I plug it in the calculator, I get 3.6 times 10 to the 10 centimeters, which is the same thing as this giant monstrosity. I think this is one more for you to try. Go ahead and pause the video. I have our micrometers that are given, micrometers to meters, meters to nanometers. And then that should be an N right there for 9 times 10 to the third nanometers. That's what we are looking for. So go ahead and pause the video. You're going to convert 5 kilometers into miles. So we know that 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters, and 1 mile is 1609.34 meters. So what do you think is going to be in the middle? What do they have in common? Meters! So we're going to go kilometer, meter, mile. So we start with the given, the kilometer. This is what we're looking for in the middle, the meter, and this we're looking for in the long term. I fill in my bottom boxes just like the fractions diagonal, so they're the same. I got meters and meters diagonal, kilometers and kilometers diagonal, so they'll cancel. Then I fill in the numbers, which I got from these ratios up here. And that gives us 3.1 miles when we plug all that in the calculator. So if you prove to me that you walk, jog, ran 5 kilometers, I'll add 15 points to your lowest test or project grade. Alright, we got a couple more, and then you can go do your homework on dimensional analysis. So a female mosquito feeds for 56 days. And she lives for 56 days. She'll feed for about a third of these. And we want to know how many minutes does she spend feeding. So we know that the third of the time that she's feeding is 18.67 days. So we're going to convert these days into minutes. So I know 1 day is 24 hours and 1 hour is 60 minutes. What do they have in common? The hour. So hour is probably going to be the middle unit. Hey, look at that. Here's the given, our days. Here's the hours. And then there's the minutes. So we fill in our ratios, days and days diagonal, hours and hours diagonal. Here's the 1/3 of the days that she's feeding. Here's the 1 day is 24 hours ratio. And 1 hour is 60 minutes ratio. So we multiply all these numbers across and then divide by 1, which you don't really have to do. And we get over 26,000 minutes that this mosquito spends feeding on your blood. So go ahead and try this exit ticket and send me a picture of it completed. And we will watch this video another day.